This is an ABC News special report. Now reporting, David Muir.
Good evening, and we're coming on the air just a little earlier tonight because President Biden is about to address the ceasefire agreement just reached late today between Israel and Hamas.
Prime Minister Netanyahu informed me that Israel has agreed to a mutual unconditional ceasefire to begin in less than 2 hours. The Egyptians have now informed us that Hamas and the other groups in Gaza have also agreed. In my conversation with President Netanyahu, I commended him for the decision to bring the current hostilities to a close within less than 11 days. I also emphasized what I've said throughout this conflict. The United States fully supports Israel's right to defend itself against indiscriminate rocket attacks from Hamas and other Gaza-based terrorist groups that have taken the lives of innocent civilians in Israel. The Prime Minister also shared with me his appreciation for the Iron Dome system, which our nations developed together and which has saved lives of countless Israeli citizens, both Arab and Jew. I assured him of my full support to replenish Israel's Iron Dome system to ensure its defenses and security in the future. Over the last 11 days, I've spoken with the Prime Minister 6 times. I've also spoken with President Abbas of the Palestinian Authority more than once, and part of our intense diplomatic engagement. And I want to also thank the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, our National Security Advisor, and everyone on our team for their incredible efforts to bring this outcome that we're about to see. You know, we've held intensive high-level discussions, hour by hour, literally. Egypt, the Palestinian Authority, and other Middle Eastern countries, with the aim of avoiding the sort of prolonged conflict we've seen in previous years when the hostilities have broken out. I extend my sincere gratitude to President al-Sisi and the senior Egyptian officials who played such a critical role in this diplomacy. I also appreciate the contributions of other parties in the region who have been engaged in working toward the end of hostilities. These hostilities have resulted in the tragic deaths of so many civilians, including children. And I send my sincere condolences to all the families, Israeli and Palestinian, who have lost loved ones, and my hope for a full recovery for the wounded. The United States committed to working with the United Nations, and we remain committed to working with the United Nations and other international stakeholders to provide rapid humanitarian assistance and to marshal international support for the people of Gaza and the Gaza reconstruction efforts. We will do this in full partnership with the Palestinian Authority, not Hamas, the Authority, in a manner that does not permit Hamas to simply restock its military arsenal. I believe the Palestinians and Israelis equally deserve to live safely and securely and to enjoy equal measures of freedom, prosperity, and democracy. My administration will continue our quiet, relentless diplomacy toward that end. I believe we have a genuine opportunity to make progress, and I'm committed to working for it. I want to thank you all, and may God bless you all, and pray that this continues. Thank you so much.
President Biden there at the White House saying he talked with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just a short time ago about this ceasefire set to take effect. We had been told within the hour, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, they're well ahead of us. It'll be about 2 a.m. Their time in the region, the ceasefire taking effect, talking with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, in addition to President Abbas of the Palestinian Authority. He said there the tragic deaths of so many civilians, children, loved ones on both sides of this conflict. And he made a point at the end of saying Israelis and Palestinians equally deserve to live safely and securely. I want to get to Matt Gutman, who's been reporting with our team from Tel Aviv since this started. And Matt, you were telling us as we were on the air last night that you sensed a relative calm that this ceasefire could be coming.
Absolutely, David. And right now, I can tell you that we've been able to hear the booms from Gaza, even here in Tel Aviv, those Iron Dome's interceptors taking rockets out of the sky. But for the past several hours, it has been quiet. And there has been a de-escalation over the past couple of days. everybody here has taken notice. And as you noted, there's only about an hour left before that ceasefire takes effect, and nearly 15 million Palestinians and Israelis living in this region hope that it stays that way. It is worth noting how sensitive Israeli leaders are to directives from the United States, specifically the White House. Netanyahu and Biden have had a very tense relationship in the past, but when the president of the United States says you have to de-escalate today, Israeli leaders know they have only a matter of hours in order to enact that directive, and that is clearly what we are seeing here on the ground right now. And again, no reports of airstrikes or rockets in multiple hours, David.
So tentatively, the ceasefire within the hour, and of course, Matt and the team will watch this in the coming hours. Let's hope, in fact, that it holds. And let's bring in Mary Bruce, because you heard Matt mention the relationship between President Biden and the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. You also heard the president there, Mary, say, I commend the prime minister for moving forward with this ceasefire. The White House, this delicate dance we've seen in the last few days of how much they would reveal about the pressure Biden was quietly putting on Israel. He mentioned just moments ago they talked for 6 times, and we knew a call just 24 hours ago where he asked for a significant de-escalation immediately.
And David, in talking with sources here at the White House, they see this as an example of the president's approach to diplomacy really working, despite this growing pressure that Biden was facing from within his own party, those progressive members who wanted him to take a tougher stance on Israel. Biden in the initial days really laid low, relying heavily on what the White House described as quiet, intensive diplomacy. And then in the last few days, upping the public pressure on Netanyahu. These are two leaders who certainly have a history together. They have a relationship. They understand each other. And I'm told that, the president took an increasingly serious tone on those phone calls, making it clear to Netanyahu that it would not be in his interest if he wasn't able to bring this to a close soon.
All right, Mary Bruce live at the White House tonight. Again, the breaking story, Israel and Hamas, a ceasefire set to take place within the hour, and our team will stand by to cover this on World News Tonight. Our coverage also continues on ABC News Live, abcnews.com. For many of you, we return you to your local news, and I'll see you shortly for World News Tonight. Good day.
This has been a special report from ABC News.